Alright, welcome back everyone to Deck Doctors. No wait, it's the wrong video title. That's the title to a video series that's to an acclaimed YouTuber. Here's the budget version of it. It's called Waste of Dust, where I take a look at a deck that I've created, a homebrew thing. I try and fix it with some new cards and have some fun while doing so, and hopefully you get to try it. Hopefully you don't try it, so you don't have to see just how much money has to be spent on it and how bad it is, despite how much money was spent on it. This is probably the best of the decks I've created, which is saying something. I mean, it got me to rank 5, for what that's worth. Yes, oh, but you haven't hit top 1 legend. You know, you're right. But I have a huge penis, so, you know, it balances out, I think. I'm secure enough in myself to not have to rely on a number to define my value as a person. So, basically I'm saying, fuck you. So, if you're going to replace any cards, you still have to make sure that there's this curve, because I'm 100% certain it's this curve that makes sure that this deck wins games. Because you need something to play every turn. So, in the 1-drop slot we have Clockwork Gnome. Death Rattle, add a spare part card to your hand. Spare parts can be useful. If you've not seen what spare parts are, because I'm a befuddled old man who's talking about a card that rotated out 14 years ago, spare parts can do things like give your minions stealth for 1 turn, increase a minion's attack power by 1, return a minion to hand. There's about 6 of them, and they all cost the same, which is 1 mana. And they get added to your hand after, you know, Clockwork Gnome dies. So it's surprisingly good, the spare parts. That's what I will say. There are times where I can bounce N'Zoth to my hand. There's times where you can drop down Mal'Ganis and give it stealth. And then your opponent just scratches their head and goes, what? That happens quite frequently, actually. So, there is a purpose for the Clockwork Gnome. And it fits especially well into keeping this curve juicy. Mistress of Mixtures. Death Rattle, restore 4 health to each hero. It's another Death Rattle minion in the N'Zoth pool. And it's a great anti-aggro tool. It's got a good body for 1 mana. You can just drop it down and get some damage in. Heal yourself a little bit. And the 4 health to the other hero doesn't really matter, because you're trying to win the board. And then once you win the board, you just flatten them. Yes, power overwhelming. Give a friendly minion +4/+4 until end of turn, then it dies. Horribly. This can be used on these Death Rattle minions, or any minion really, to trade up on the board with the +4 attack. I haven't found the +4 health useful at all on any occasion. Maybe for Imp Gang Boss, but the +4 health is very niche. It doesn't really do much. It's really that +4 attack. It can buff up a minion to trade with other minions, or it can just, you know, you can be a slimy D and hit them in the face with it and get that killing blow. And you can use it to increase the Shadow Flame, which is perhaps one of the best things you can do with it. So that's its general purpose. Trading up and dealing damage, providing better AoE. Void Walker. Taunt. It's a demon. There needs to be demons in the pool for this boy here, Bloodbreather Gul'dan. I forgot his name. Like, it's only been 2 days since rotation, and it's already like, who's that bitch? Is he still famous? I don't know him, dude. Yes, Bloodbreather Gul'dan needs minions. So, Void Walker's a pretty good demon, generally. It provides taunt, which is good against aggro. So it just slows the game down a bit, slows down aggro so that you can get ahead of the board, and it can deal a little bit of chip damage. It's alright. Defile. Ooh. Ooh, baby. It's... If you've not seen Defile in action, it's one of the best AoE clears in the history of the game for 2 mana, provided you can set it up. It's also one of the best designed cards in the history of the game, so it's good. Add Defile to every Warlock deck, trust me. It'll help. Oh wait, it rotated out. Dirty Rat. Taunt. Battlecry. Your opponent summons a random minion from their hand. It's actually surprisingly good against aggro. You just pull junk from their hand and then it's still a 2/6 taunt, so they still struggle to get through it. Unless you're incredibly lucky. Or unlucky in my case. So it's not guaranteed to be good, just be warned. But generally it can be good against aggro. Against combo, you can pull out combo pieces and destroy them instantly. And lick the tears off the faces of the children who've purchased a combo deck from Hearthstone. So that's great fun. It can also be used to pull control decks tools, like say if they're running Kazakus, you can Dirty Rat out their Kazakus into some AoE. It's good. Evil Cable Rat, the only new card. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. Battlecry, add a lackey to your hand. Adds a minion, a lackey to your hand, which can do varying things. From trash to trash. But you know, it's fun. It adds some spice and variety to the games. Gnome Feratu. Battlecry, remove the top card of your opponent's deck. So it's a River Crocolisk body, so it can provide you some damage and it can trade on board and all of that typical stuff. But it also instantly wins you the game. And somewhere in Saudi Arabia, someone has just put their fist through their monitor because you have just ruined their dreams. That's what Gnome Feratu does. It removes perhaps a key combo piece, maybe a really good card from their deck that would have really helped them, like, say, N'Zoth, then just wins the game for you right then and there. Good card. Deathlord Taunt. Death Rattle. Your opponent puts a minion from their deck into the battlefield. It's a good body against aggro. Then they draw trash from their deck, so there's really no downside to it against aggro. Against control, slight downside, you might want to think about it. Against combo, you can pull out their key combo pieces and then ruin their day. So it's got a lot going for it. Demon Wrath. Deal 2 damage to all minions except demons. It's some light AoE, and it's got some light synergy with some of the demons in this deck, which comes in handy. It doesn't really. I lied. You know, it's the thought that counts. So it's just AoE. Imp Gang Boss. Whenever this minion takes damage, summon a 1/1 imp. So it's got a solid body for 3, and it's really hard to get rid of, and it's sticky. Sticky like your socks and tissues. It's an allusion to masturbation. I'm terribly sorry. Keep this PG-13, let's move on. So oops. Sorry, keeping this PG-13. Imp Gang Boss. Takes trades really well, really sticky, hangs around, and it can be comboed with Defile to nuke their board. It's a good card. Unwilling Sacrifice. Choose a friendly minion, destroy it, and random enemy minion. At times, I had Tinkmaster Overspark in this category. Don't ask me why I have Tinkmaster Overspark in my collection, because I won't tell you. I paid for it. No, I shouldn't have said that. I feel so ashamed. But the point is, this is better most of the time. Generally, you're putting on small tokens on the board, so they can't really trade up well. But if you have Unwilling Sacrifice, you can trade one of these small tokens for one of their huge tokens. One, say, it's happened before where the opponent has dropped a Ysera on the board, and I've had no way of dealing with it. So I've just had to put Mistress of Mixtures and Unwilling Sacrifice, and I've just roasted their board. basically. I've gotten rid of their Ysera for 2 cards, but it's still good. And again, get rid of some of their mid-range minions, which are really sticky and get in the way. So it's good single target removal for this deck. Hellfire, deal 3 damage to all characters. Believe it or not, this has gotten lethal before. Yeah, on me. That was a shameful moment. But what it can do is it can be AoE, it's good stuff, or it can deal damage to the opponent. So it's got multiple purposes, and it does them well. Kazakus, battle cry if your deck has no duplicates. Create a custom spell. So these custom spells can be 1, 5, or 10 mana. You get to choose between how much mana you don't want to spend, but it's 1, 5, and 10. And then you get 2 options. And these options can vary between mass polymorph or board, to give your minions +3 health, to add 3 demons to your hand, to draw 3 cards, gain 10 armor. Quite useful effects. It's flexible. It can fit into just about any situation. If you need a 1-cost AoE, Kazakus can give it to you. If you want to mass resurrect, Kazakus can give it to you. If you want a blowjob, Kazakus can give it to you. It's just like the all-in-one package. Piloted Shredder, Death Rattle, summon a random 2-cost minion. It's sticky. What can I say? The reason I keep this in the deck is A, it's a Death Rattle, so it goes into the N'Zoth pool, and B, it's really sticky and hard to get rid of. The opponent might have to trade in 2 minions just to get rid of this one. Shadow Flame. Destroy a friendly minion and deal its attack damage to all enemy minions. So it can be AoE, that's generally its purpose. It can be used to destroy a minion like Sylvanas to take control, to just basically mind control a big minion. That's another niche application it has. But for better AoE, it could be comboed with, say, Power Overwhelming. It's AoE, and it's good. Void Caller, Death Rattle. Put a random demon from your hand into the battlefield. It's a Death Rattle minion, it goes into the N'Zoth pool. Oh, and it also goes into the Blood Reaver Gul'dan's pool. So it's good for 2 reasons, and it can pull a high-cost demon from your deck, like Morganis or Voidlord, ahead of the curve, which is quite effective against a lot of decks. And it has an okay body. Like, it's not Mila Kunis, but you know, it's getting there. Despicable Dreadlord. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. So this is particularly good because it's a demon and it can be summoned back by Blood Reaver Gul'dan, and it's a good demon just to play on curve. It can just rinse aggro decks like nobody's business. If your opponent is playing a deck with 1/1 tokens or 1/1 minions, they're dead, mate. They're so dead. Because this will continue to deal 1 damage to those minions until they concede. Faceless Manipulator, Battlecry, choose a minion and become a copy of it. There are quite a few minions in this deck, that is to say 3 minions, that you'd really like to copy. But you can't because, you know, you're playing a no duplicates deck. But wait, there's this card called Faceless Manipulator, so I suppose you can summon a copy of it. And this is what that does. If you need a second Mal'Ganis, you can do that. If you need a second Stylarg or Fugan, you can do that. If you need a second Sylvanas, you can do that. It's a second copy in a deck that does not allow second copies. Fugan, Death Rattle. If Stylarg also died this game, that's this guy, summon Fugan, and vice versa. So what this does is, it won't proc on the death of the first one, but the second one to die will summon Thaddeus. It's got really weird interactions and it's really hard to explain, but the gist of it is, just play the game and you'll reach a point where you'll summon an 11/11 because you've played these 2 cards and your opponent's had no way of dealing with them. It's really sticky. If someone wants to AoE clear the board, well, they can't, because if they do, there's an 11/11 on the board. It comes back with N'Zoth, so you can get another 11-11. You can face an list manipulator, right? So you can get another 11-11. It's really sticky. Reno Jackson. Battle cry: if your deck has no duplicates, fully heal your hero. If you do not believe in God, just look upon this man's beautiful face and watch as he makes miracles happen. You can go down to like 1 health, and then Reno Jackson will fully heal you and instantly win the game. It's broken and fantastic. Rin, the first disciple. Taunt, Death Rattle, add the first seal to your hand. So what the seals do is, you play the first seal, you get the second seal. You play the second seal, you get the third seal. You do this until you've played 6 seals. They all cost 5 mana. Once you've completed all the seals, you get a 10 mana minion, which is a demon, and his battle cry is destroy your opponent's deck. Is this a hideous amount of mana? Yes, absolutely. Is it terribly slow? Yes, absolutely. Is it good against aggro? I mean, not really. It has taunt, I suppose. And is it good against control and combo? Well, yes, it is. The thing is that this is in the deck because it's an instant win condition. It doesn't matter how long it takes, it is a win condition of sorts. And against certain decks, like control decks, fatigue decks, it wins. Like that. Siphon Soul. Destroy a minion. Restore 3 health to your hero. This deck was really lacking single target removal. This helps to fill that slot. And it's got some light healing effects. Sylvanas Windrunner. Death Rattle. Take control of a random enemy minion. I think we all know why this is good. It turns out a 5/5 body on mind control is especially good against most decks. If you're worried that your opponent's going to silence it or polymorph it or something like that, just wait a little bit. There are a couple of ways to actually kill Sylvanas, such as Unwilling Sacrifice, Power Overwhelming, and Shadow Flame, which can be used to kill your Sylvanas instantly and effectively get mind control, which is quite good if your opponent's running like a Cthulhu deck and you need to take it from them. Twisting Nether. Destroy all minions. This can be substituted for Lord Godfrey, but I'd keep Twisting Nether. It's just more reliable. Like, Lord Godfrey takes some setup. Sure, it can do more. It can destroy death rattles and all that kind of thing, but I've been finding that that's actually quite niche, and that Twisting Nether would serve every situation better. Oh, Mal'Ganis. Oh, your other demons have +2/+2. Your hero is immune. When you drop this bad boy in the field, your opponent knows they're in trouble. It's golden. It's got that fire effect going on. He says, I am a turtle. You gotta watch out for this dude. He strikes fear into the hearts of many. And that's because it has 2 excellent effects. Your hero is immune, first of all. This is particularly good if you can stick it on the board against mill decks. Because fuck mill decks. You will take no fatigue damage, and they will. So there is a very niche win condition that you can get. Another way that you can use this card is play a bunch of demons on the board, and then drop this bad boy down and potentially get lethal or trade up. Or, you know, Mal'Ganis has died, they've killed it. Oh, that's a terrible shame. But look, he's back with Blood Reaver Gul'dan, and suddenly you've got a terrifying board and you're immune. This card serves so many purposes, besides looking sexy as fuck in gold. Void Lord. Taunt. Death Rattle. Summon 3/1/3 demons with Taunt. It's great for the Blood Reaver Gul'dan pool. It's great for the N'Zoth pool. It's big. It's got Taunt. It's really hard to deal with. It instantly wins against aggro games. And it can be tutored out by Voidcaller on turn 5. It's insane. Alright, here we have Blood Reaver Gul'dan. Battlecry, summon all friendly demons that died this game. It's summon back Mal'Ganis or Voidlord. Despicable Dreadlord for him to do 1 damage to the opponent's minions and wipe their board. Void Lord for the shit tons of taunt. Void Walker for a taunt minion. Void Collar to draw out any minions you've had stuck in your hand this entire game. Blood Reaver Gul'dan is the nuts. He ain't great against AoE, that is to say Priest, but it can be used to draw out AoE if that's what you want to do. And the hero power for this Death Knight is deal 3 damage and gain 3 health. So it's an effective healing tool as well. So it serves effectively 3 purposes. It protects you with the taunt demons that have died. It summons a shit ton of value, and it heals you. It's good. N'Zoth the Corruptor, Battlecry, summon your Death Rattle minions that died this game. So we're looking at Sylvanas, get another Mind Control. We're looking at Stalag and Fugan, summon another 11/11. Void Caller, again, to summon demons from your hand that you just haven't had a chance to play. Piloted Shredder, Death Rattle summon a random 2-cost minion. It's not as good, but it's still good enough to be put in the pool. If you didn't hit their combo pieces already, now you've got a second Death Lord to try and lure them out. You've even got Clockwork Gnome, which can die and give you the spare part, which can bounce something to your hand and get a second N'Zoth. There is so much that N'Zoth can do, but generally it serves the same purposes as Blood Reaver Gul'dan. It gives you a shit ton of value. It gives you taunt minions that are really sticky and hard to get through. So it's really defensive, and it wins games. And that's basically its purpose. Okay, Uther, what have we got here? Despicable Dreadlord's probably a keep. No, it's not. Getting rid of all of this for some low-cost minions. You know, those aren't the low-cost minions I was hoping for. Still, it's okay to have a couple of turns where you're just kind of out of sync. Oh god. Looks like he's going to play that thing on 2 mana where it's a 3/4, or it's Mysterious Blade. Well, good thing for us. Okay. That's the card. Was that released this expansion? It must have been. I've never seen it before in my life. Alright, taking a bit of damage away from the face, that's okay. Well, solution? Not quite. Not quite. The deal 2 damage lackey would have been great there. That would have been a mistake. I'm loving the start of this expansion, by the way. These are some fucking insane decks. What can I say except you're welcome? You know what we'll do?
I dream and the world trembles.
This has been an interesting game thus far. What card did we get? Dream. Not bad. Consecration is not great for us. Okay, so what we do now, well, we could Demon Wrath, but then we lose our Sarah. No, I'm gonna dream this.
I shall bring you rest.
Put down Rin. Dream. Oh my, it's the dream. Am I right? Hey, anyone? Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess it's lucky me for having pulled like 2 of the biggest minions from my deck.
Unity, precision, perfection.
Okay, now we start playing.
I shall bring you rest.
It really depends on the curve, you know? I think we're gonna do the. It's just we're not got great things to do this turn. We can do that later. Maybe just apply some pressure right now. Oh, my hand is full. This guy does not know what he's dealing with.
Thank you. Reporting for duty. My hand is full.
Oh, that would have been a colossal fuck up. Oh man. Thank God for that.
We're gonna be rich.
What do I want to do here?
I shall
You know what I actually think I want to do? Return a 1/1 to his hand. Now is to trade into it. And if he does that, then we've got Nightmare. Okay, what you doing, bruh? So we're gonna do this, this, and this. If he takes care of this, we've got Mal'Ganis in the bank. In the hand. And soon to be on the battlefield.
It's time to test your metal.
Oh, fucking perfect turn. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just a bit excited.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, look at that shit. Look at this swing.
Put your faith in the light.
That would have been a much better one to get rid of. Have we had the other one die? I don't know, man. He did, actually. So what we're gonna do is this. Alright, Dick. Well, this ain't exactly going all sunshine and rainbows, is it? So, Blood Reaver Gul'dan time. And look at that board. If you can deal with that, good luck to him. No, I want to throw in the small one. How much damage do I have now?
Put your faith in the light.
Right. Apparently, I'm still... Well, I suppose we just clear this then. Demon Wrath, that should do it. Thaddeus. Oh.
Feed now.
Should be hard enough for him to deal with. What on earth? It's been taken. Oh, it's a secret. He exchanged it with a secret.
Nicely done.
Ugh, that's one of them. It's one game. It's fantastic. This is why Thrall is the worst. Okay, let it go. We're now against Rexar. Void Caller could be good. Twisting Nether is not great. But Void Caller could be good, so for that reason we're going to keep it.
Welcome to oblivion.
We plan on hero powering next turn, so I want to put on the pressure right away.
Why do you roar?
Trust me.
So you can see that the curve has worked quite nicely.
This might sting.
I really should have, there, knowing that it was explosive trap, I should have tapped first. That actually might make a difference. No shit. It won't make a difference, don't worry about it. Oh, my baby. I love you. So, we are going to bluff this guy, because we don't actually have anything for Void Caller. Oh, What you got there then?
That didn't quite hit the mark. From the void, I command.
Okay. Alright. Well, good for us. We just got this here. Unwilling sacrifice.
Job's done.
Dirty rat. We're kind of looking for a demon right now. If I didn't use that there, I would have had to use power overwhelming. The thing is, we probably want to deal with that right away. I think he's just got a couple of shitty beasts. Otherwise, he might have played an actual big beast, and it might have been, you know, difficult for us to deal with. As it stands, that shark, that wasn't great. You know what's not great? That. Yeah. That's not great either. Well, we don't really have a way to deal with that, do we? Well, that's completely pointless, so we just play this. Hopefully he doesn't buff it up. That would be a terrible crying shame. I don't know if Hunter runs buff cards, do they?
Where's my...
Oh. Okay, so what we're going to do here is what we could do here, let's see if we've got lethal first. 3, 4, so that's 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. We don't have lethal. So what we're going to do instead, that's 1 mana, 5 mana, 7 mana. Okay. Giving this plus 4, no, that wouldn't work.
Must destroy.
That's okay. I think.
Death does not harm.
I mean, out of all the beasts he could have pulled, that one's about as scary as a butterfly. I might be wrong, but I mean, we've got Twisting Nether in hand, we've got Shadow Flame, Power Overwhelming. We're not looking too bad at the moment. And, you know, we got that too.
We're gonna be rich.
Oh, Reno! Hello there. So, we're gonna try once more for a demon. Come on, demon! That's it. So now we've got the full clear. And Gnome Ferratu. That's just an example of... Oh my god! What? Oh. Oh. Look at that shit. This game has its ups and downs, man. But right now... Hoo-wee. Okay. We're gonna do this. Play this. Snipe. Motherfucker. Well, he doesn't have N'Zoth anymore, and he doesn't have Deathstalker Rexar anymore. What are you trying to pull, man? I'm curious.
I have no time for games.
It'd be a lot more terrifying if, you know, he still had N'Zoth. As it stands, though, now the only problem is he's probably got that 3-mana card that discovers whatever, so and then triggers its death rattle, and he might get Sylvanas. So we don't want to do that. We just want to play N'Zoth, I think, so that if he does that, it's less effective. It's a weak source N'Zoth, but he's kind of got no AoE. And Void Caller, bringing in the Void Lord. Oh god, this naming synergy, which is just got him. It really rolls off the tongue. Okay. He's just about out of stuff. So we'll just deal with the fact that we're going to get this. And in the house, batten down the hatches. There we go. Do we want to get a copy? No, I think we just want to go 5 costs. Draw 2 cards. Let's do that. Start cycling through our decks for the answers. It's more like it. It's more like it. You see, when this deck works, I mean, you got to admit, it's pretty spectacular. When it doesn't work, it's fucking terrible. But, you know, oftentimes it works. What can I say?
Be reborn in the heart.
That is slightly terrifying. We got a couple of taunts in the house. So what we're going to do is make some space. And we're going to do this, so that now we can summon 2 11/11s when these sweet dudes die. I don't know if they're dudes anymore. They're kind of just flesh with the name Fugan and Stelarg. I wonder what he...
Here comes a big ass.
Oh. I don't... So he's got one... Yeah, I didn't think he really had that much that was going for him.
I have no time for games.
So we're gonna do this. Evil cable rat. What else do we want to do?
For master.
You know what we could do? Yeah, why not?
For master. For master.
And just leave it at that. Oh, you know what? Let's Reno.
Gonna be rich.
So that he has one less target available to him.
Like it all, my people.
So next turn we have the potential of Goblin Lackey into... Oh dear. He's still hanging in there. Even now. Okay. We don't want him to take any of this shit, so what we're going to do instead is... this. Get that in there. So we'll take off one of his hero powers, hopefully. Maybe it'll give us a spare part, which is... oh my god. Well, I mean, that's scary, but guess what we got? Give a minion rush. The dream has come
I
true.
have no time for games. Let none survive.
Oh, look at that shit. This guy's been bodied so hard, I feel sorry for him in the most condescending way possible. Of course. Call of the Wild.
My death approaches its end. Your time be up.
There we go. It's just all falling into place, isn't it? To be fair to him, the man is putting up one hell of a fight.
Hearts are depleted. A body forged in blood and shame.
Yeah, I know that was good, my dude. I am sitting on the other end of the monitor. I wonder what he's got this time. Oh my god. That was close.
Nice done. You'll be shot at.
Oh, look at that game. Wasn't that fantastic, eh? Oh, no. Priest is the second most painful matchup. The first is Shudderwalk. I'm not going to call it Shaman because Shaman doesn't actually exist. Shudderwalk exists. Don't know why I said it like Shudderwalk. Maybe because it's shoddy. And it really shouldn't work, but it's shit.
Side effects.
And someone should be shacked.
Trust me.
Shacked. Sean Connery. Shacked. Lose their job for having such a terrible idea for a card. We're playing the long game here, folks. Strap yourselves in. Maybe grab yourself a beer.
Mind if I roll knee?
But did you think of this? First we're going to tap, because it's always a good habit to get into to tap first. Something else even better than the perfect card for this situation might appear, and you might think, wow, there was no better card, but somehow there is in this entirely hypothetical scenario. How is that possible? Okay, let's see what he's drawn then. I'm going to go for a 10 cost. It looks like he's going to be running Nazoth. I don't know if I want to summon 3 friendly minions. It doesn't feel like that type of game. But if I'm ahead of the curve... Yeah, this is probably good, actually. Okay. So we can be the aggressor here.
As you command.
We're not doing this, so that next turn we can just smack down Despicable Dreadlord if we need, and that'll just take care of it. That may have been a mistake.
This might sting.
Get that in there. Nine cards, my dude. I haven't seen Elixir of Shadows in a long time. I'm actually going to do this, smack this down. So as you can see, the Despicable Dreadlord's been wrecking a bit of havoc. It's typically quite good against Priest, hence why I keep it, because fuck Priest. Despite the fact that last video yesterday was a Priest deck. You'll find links for it in the description below, maybe. You wonder what, Anduin? You wonder what? Why are you always wondering? Just get on with it.
I must consider.
Typical Priest. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep playing the game. And look at that. We've drawn as many cards as he has, and he had to play 3 loot hoarders. It's incredible. What are you stealing, my dude? Oh god, he's stolen Mal'Ganis. Okay, let's pop this baby. Let's see what it is. Oh, he's not gotten anything. So now, since we've got Rin, the first disciple, it's unwise to tap. My first urge was to go hero power, hero power, hero power, but it turns out that when you've got Rin, the first disciple, you need to not hero power, otherwise you will run out of stuff. Space in your hand, and that can be quite bad. Let me just spend the next 10 minutes thinking about the move I'm going to make.
Out of my jungle.
He doesn't have the opportunity to use mind control yet, I don't think. So we're going to get in some damage. If he did, that would suck so bad. But we still have the opportunity to get a copy with Faceless. Gee, thanks, dude. There we are. Oh my god! Is this the time? Ah. Please let it happen. Please let it happen. How much? How much? How much? Oh, fuck me. Okay. This might be surprise of the century. Oh, I think I spotted lethal. Is it lethal? Oh, fuck, I think it's lethal. Hellfire first. Is it Hellfire or... No, we want to do Defile, don't we? 1, 2. Yes. 1, 2. Then we do that. We reversing switch. Oh no, it's not enough. No! No! Ah, not close enough. It was worth the shot. I didn't do my math, but it was worth the shot, damn it.
You are safe now.
Oh, it was close. It was close, man. 1 damage off. As far as I'm concerned, that Witch's Cauldron is just fine. We might use this to grab his... Okay. Does this do it? We need to do the math this time. 3 puts her down to from 8 to 5. Yeah, that can do it.
Hand is too full.
Alright.
Hand is too full.
Entomb, that's a pretty good one to get rid of. What you looking for, man? Have we gotten rid of Fugan? I don't think we have, actually, so it's probably unwise to go and start spreading stuff like that. Okay.
This one's a real page turner.
I mean, we've gotten rid of... Yeah, let's play Mal'Ganis. Okay. He has 17 cards, but they cannot be N'Zoth or Blood Reaver Gul'dan. So we're looking okay at the moment. And we got rid of one of his entombs. Hopefully he doesn't have a second one. Right. Alright. Okay, this is an interesting spot we've got ourselves in. Oh, very interesting spot indeed. First thing we're going to do is this. Now this new one. So we've got a Mal'Ganis in the pool now.
Darkness rises.
Well, goody. Now we're going to do this. And we're going to do this. You can't have Twisting Nether either. And he's used a Psychic Scream. Righto. So I think what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna protect this Mal'Ganis with hopefully another Mal'Ganis. And I forgot! I'll play the game. Oh! Oh, that's right. Oh, that's so sweet. So sweet. This has turned out to be an interesting matchup. Please, if I had lethal before with the switching health thing, let me know. I'd very much like to see if it was there, so I can feel bad about myself afterwards, but feel good for you, because you can do basic math.
Quickly.
Must consider.
I have no time for games.
Oh, it's unfortunate. So we're just going to start putting in these small fry. Get that in. So he's probably been surveying my deck my hand the entire game. He probably knows what's up, because he's had that what's his name thing. What's it called? I don't even know. That thing that people were going mad for. They were saying, "Wow, Priest is going to be so good," and it turned out to not be so good. Oh, silver. That's probably the single best option for him ever. I don't think there are actually better ones. That's incredibly lucky. I feel good for the dude. He should feel special. It's not every day you get to have a completely diluted pool and then pull that shit off. All right. Let's see. Even if he gets the Mal'Ganis, it's not the worst, because we've still got a board, and I can still use my Siphon Life. So it's not the end of the world. It sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Right, I was just about to say, well, how the fuck did he get Lava Shot? Oh, okay. You do realise that it's significantly worse now. That's fine. We're gonna put in the final seal. We're gonna get Fugan into house. So if he decides to AoE the board, well, got another thing coming for you. It's called Fugan. Gonna play N'Zoth now, are you? Oh, this is a stressful game. You're going face, my dude. It's actually not bad for me. Not bad at all. I get the distinct feeling you don't realise the terrible mistake you've made. Which is this. Now we're gonna do it like this.
We're gonna be rich.
Should we? We don't want him to steal it, so let's do this. This actually could be alright, this Kobold Lackey. He could have played this game a lot better, admittedly. He might have had a chance at winning. He still does have a chance at winning. I'm just arrogant. And you know what Wayne June says from Darkest Dungeon? Precipitous pride, precipitating fall, precipitate.
From the void I come.
Destroy his deck. You know, we actually don't want to trigger this because he might actually have something. Okay. Where's your N'Zoth, man? Why aren't you playing it?
Let's stash that away.
Where did he get this from? But what? See? More wacky shenanigans. Alright, now it's going to start taking fatigue damage. We've still got plenty of value in hand. N'Zoth, Twisting Nether, Stellarg. He had nothing. Wow! That was left alive, huh? I might keep Dirty Rat for the very end.
I'm almost out of cards.
Oh. Oh my god.
To the void.
Do I want to? I can't think of any AoE that can deal with this, and then I can shuffle another one back into my deck. That was admittedly a very shitty N'Zoth. Come on. What have you got? Dude, please.
Not too quickly.
Must consider.
Oh. Looks like someone put me up against Life Coach. Oh, look at that. We baited it out. Oh shit, but we don't have N'Zoth anymore. Didn't realise. That's actually not great.
I'm out of cards.
It's not great. You know what we do have though? Thaddeus.
Stash that away.
Ah, Thaddeus. Stellarg. Don't worry, I mix you up. Your names, because I love you.
I'm out of cards. Stellarg kill.
Slow rolling him. There's a better way to be playing this, but you know.
I
Okay.
have no time for
Let's play her
games.
out.
best.
Well played.
Nicely done.
Oh, look at that match. It took ages and it was fun. So that was it. That was our... As you can see, this game excels. This excels at funness. I would give it an absolute fun out of 10. Maybe it's not the best optimized. Maybe it's not the best full stop. You know what? It's a hell of a lot of fun. So craft it now. It's only 14,000 dust. Do it. Do it. Alright. Take care.